Hey, it's Mikey Mike. Hey, we're right here at Lake Isabella this time. It's the first time here at Lake Isabella. Man, I've been going to Lake Isabella for a long time, but never kiteboarding. First time. Here's a quick launch from the beach cam and the helmet cam. Mike was courteous enough to help me launch the kite and get going. It was super gusty and blowing probably 25 plus, but super gusty. And that was a challenge for me. So the beach walk was not too bad. Trying to get up to the point here, trying to get up a little bit upwind, and body drag out just a little bit and get the board on my feet. I got the kite trimmed in all the way because it was so strong when I was walking up the beach. And I was having a difficult time trying to get launched here, and then it was just underpowered for some reason. So trimmed that kite back out, and then we were able to really get going here. So it's a side shore breeze, and if you can look at those little hills way downwind there, that is directly downwind. So if you get stuck out in the middle of the lake here, you're going to end up on a long hike all the way back to the car, or someone's going to have to come get you. So I have my beach camp going from my chair perspective. There's about 10 people out today and a few windsurfers. It was a lot of fun, but definitely gusty and definitely different. The water was nice and warm, but the air was a little cool. So we're trying to take advantage of the trim here, trimming in and out. We're doing pretty good. I was just a little nervous of the side shore kind of action, and just being in a new spot. So got a couple good face plants today. That was not fun, but it all worked out. And the wind was a little sketchy. It was moving around quite a bit from speed and direction. So be prepared if you come to Lake Isabella. It can definitely be difficult, but it's a lot of fun. We got to go kiting today. We're on the 11-meter Switchblade, Cabrinha Switchblade, and the S-Quad. My Edmonton's board still are getting refixed and glassed up, and it was doing pretty good today. It's a lot more maneuverable and squirrely than my other board, a lot less flotation, so we're keeping that kite low in the wind window from time to time. And we're getting closer to the other side of the island here. There was a little kind of a mid-island. This is the auxiliary dam area. Wasn't able to make a transition. And I spun the board around and we're going to head the other direction. So I was able to do a couple turns today, but still couldn't get quite toe side yet. We're working that. And I lost control of the board a couple times and dove the kite all the way on the other side, and that was no fun because I thought I was going to be, Coast Guard bait basically, and having to come rescue me. Because there's no swimming back. You're going to get blown all the way straight down. If you can see those clouds and those hills down there, that is where you're going to end up. There's no swimming to the side. It's almost like an offshore wind in a way, but it's definitely side shore. If you get your kite up in the air, you can drag yourself back to the side. But if you got a lot of trouble, you're going to head downwind. But it was really smooth for how windy it was and gusty it was. That was interesting. You got to pick up a lot of speed. I was actually really humming. And a couple little swells, little wind chop, but not too bad. And not a lot of traffic around. There was about, like I said, 10 kiters, a few windsurfers. There's plenty of room to kite, that's for sure. But it's kind of a hidden little spot up in the high desert area in Kern, Lake Isabella, right by the Kern River. Actually, it opens up into Lake Isabella. I think I'm going a little too fast here. I'm going to have to do a little transition. Let's see if I can do a turn and try to go toe side. Here we go. and almost made it, but nope. So turn the other way and just didn't quite make it. So here it goes from the kite cam view. Got a nice bottom turn, but I still just couldn't get the kite to dive down, I guess. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing wrong, but if you got any suggestions, please leave a comment down below. Then I almost lost my board again, and so we're gonna head back in the other direction. Still a little sketchy for me, but I'm working through it. It's tough being in a new location. Long Beach is pretty nice. A super long beach and always blows onshore, so makes your life easier. When you get into some of these areas like Sherman Island or Lake Isabella here, or even 6 Mile Cove in Fort Mojave or Lake Mojave, it gets challenging. So make sure you got your skill levels up enough to be comfortable before you try to attempt some of these areas. So we're humming right along, that's for sure. And it was a nice day. It was, like I said, it was cool. It was a little overcast, a little cloudy, a little drizzle, just a couple little spots, sprinkles, but not too bad. And but it was, I swear, that wind was howling. So hopefully we can take another trip to Lake Mojave before the season quite ends, but it's getting a little close. It's starting to get, the water's going to start getting cold. This water was fairly warm, actually. The weather was a little cooler than the water was, which is nice. Except when you're sitting out in your chair, it's a little wet. It was chilly. We're about 3,000 feet right here at Lake Isabella, so it's a little chillier up here. And like I said, this is the auxiliary dam. There's my attempt for a turn. Didn't quite make it, and then the kite starts backstalling, and then a little kind of a power launch there. And then, if you can notice, there is no wind right now for some reason. It's just kind of lulled out. And I'm having a difficult time to get my board situated. So I got my foot in the back strap and I push the board away, and then it just floats away from me, and then I lose the kite, and that was no fun. And I missed my foot strap, and I'm trying to paddle, and hell breaks loose. So my fear is here I'm going to start floating downwind. Here we go. And I was able to get the kite back up in the air, which was nice, but still stressing. But I lost my board, so I had a body drag back to that. So just take your time, try to get your kite launch skills going. You'll be fine. That's what I keep telling myself. And we're up and going. I just want to make sure I didn't lose sight of my board. Kind of put my arm out a little bit and start sliding towards the side and just overshoot as far as you can, then a dedicated shot back to the board. So the board's kind of moving downwind for me, and make it back to the board. So once again, try to push that board away. Still doing the fat boy trick. I'm about 250 pounds right now on an 11-meter Cabrinha Switchblade and a 5.7 surfboard, which is doing great. I'm feeling pretty confident. Oh, almost missed the board again. Paddle, back paddle. Oh, made it. Dive the kite and up and going. Okay, so we're surviving. So heading back into the shore. It was pretty good session. I had a great time. There's some really good people out here. Props to all the guys that helped out on the beach. And especially thanks to Mike for inviting me down. Definitely come back to Isabella. It's really close to the house. It's about as far a drive to Isabella as to Long Beach without the traffic. So about a 2-hour drive. Not too bad. And coming up here on the towards the beach, I do a nice face plant, which was no fun. Getting the split headed for the rest of the day. And man, the headers are just killing me. It was blowing, 15 to 30, and it was tough. But, it's building those skills up. So here we go, get overpowered and bam, face plant. So here is the beach cam view of that face plant. And somebody was right behind me and I didn't even notice. And glad they were able to maneuver around me. He's on, I think, an 8-meter Cabrinha Switchblade. I'm on the 11. He's about 150 pounds. I'm 250 pounds. And sure enough, I dived the kite and got overpulled and face plant. So a little help landing the kite. So you're in the water here, and they'll land the kite for you, or you'll have to go back to your car and hook up to a carabiner and then land in the water, and then go back and rescue your kite. So a couple little tricks. So it's Mikey. Mike, leave some comments. All right, man. Peace.